Hey everyone, I'm Emmanuel Suko, financial advisor, TV personality and financial advocate, and I'm really happy that you're here joining me on this journey of talking about finance and money. And today we're talking about good debt versus bad debt. I think this is really important because there can be a lot of misconceptions when it comes to debt, when it comes to using debt. Is debt good? Is it bad? Should I be using it? Should I be avoiding it? There's a lot of cultural and traditional things that come in regards to debt, things that we've heard from family members and so forth that we feel like, makes us feel that debt is such a bad thing. So actually, how does debt work and how can we use it? So let's talk about it. What is good debt? What is bad debt? Let's keep it simple. I need you to understand the difference between good debt and bad debt is not the debt itself, it's what it's being used for, okay? If I use a loan to get a car and that car is just for my use only, then 9 times out of 10, car value is going to go down over time. That's not an asset, that makes it a liability. The value of the thing that I've bought is going to go down. Plus the interest that I'm paying is going to be on top of the value of the original amount. So let's say you buy a car and the car is £20,000 and you get finance to buy a car at £20,000, you might pay back £30,000 by the end. Let's say you get it for 4 years, you might pay £30,000. So you now pay £30,000 back, but the value of the car in 4 years' time might only be £10,000. So the value's gone down, the amount that you have to pay back has gone up over time. Yeah, so that would be considered a liability. That would be considered a bad debt. However, if you use a loan and you get that loan to, for example, buy the same car, but now that car you're using it to rent out on a platform, so you're renting that car out, and now it's bringing you an income above what you're paying on a monthly basis for it. So let's say on a month-to-month basis you pay £500 for the finance on the car, but now that car is bringing you in £2,000 a month. So now you're making £1,500 a month on that car. Now that's an income. So now that would be considered a good debt. Do you understand? It's the same loan, same car, but one was used for personal, so there's no additional value from it apart from the fact that you get to use and get to drive a nice car. The other, there's now an income coming from it. You've created value from that, so therefore it now becomes a good debt. And this is what a lot of people say in regards to property. Some people say buying a residential property is a bad debt. I don't think so, but their argument is that if you use it to buy a loan, get a mortgage to buy the house that you live in, now you have to pay that back over time. And so you have this constant amount of money going out, and that's taking money out from your day-to-day income. So it's a bad debt. However, to me, I disagree, because you would have had to pay rent anyway. So you would have to be paying money coming out anyway. And at least that money is going into something that you own, and the value can go up over time. There are a lot of people who are now make a lot of money in property today, and that started from the equity they got from their first property that allowed them to then buy property 2, 3, 4, and so on. So property, definitely, your residential property and the first property you buy can definitely become an asset over time. What I'd also say is that obviously what they normally then say is commercial property, getting a property to rent out is more of an asset. Yes, and that is because obviously you get that, and now somebody else is paying the mortgage. Whoever you're renting it to pays the mortgage, so the profit above comes back to you. It's not taking money out of your day-to-day pocket. All right, so that's why they consider an investment property to be an asset and a residential property to be a liability. I disagree on the liability, but I understand, because I understand why they say that, but I just don't agree with it. I feel like a lot of people have been able to make good money from residential property, and with the tax benefits that you get from buying your first property and becoming a first-time buyer, and the tax benefits you get from most people, 9 out of 10 people, it's better to buy your property that you live in first than to buy an investment property. But for some people, depending on your goals and what you're trying to achieve, then an investment property might be better. So again, this is where you sit down with a financial advisor, or you sit down with a specialist to really look at your goals and what you're trying to achieve, and then you can then make the right decision for you. Now, when it comes to good debt and bad debt, sometimes what can happen with debt is that there can be a fear element. We can be afraid of debt because we're afraid to get into debt, because we've seen so many people that have been put into a bad situation, a bad financial situation because of debt. And so because of that, you see a lot of people talk about how debt is terrible, I'll never use debt again. But a lot of the time it's how they use the debt that got them into that situation, as opposed to the debt itself. Because we live in a society that runs on debt. when you look at, I always use the example, Uber, $1 million company. They only started making profit the last few years. The last few years they've been in profit. They've been going to their shareholders, getting investors. That's debt. But we celebrate it. When people say, I've raised 10 million, we don't say, oh my goodness, that's 10 million in debt. We say, no, that's 10 million that you've now got to go and invest in your business to then go and make more money. And that's where we want to be at. Like, actually, money is a tool to make more money, and debt can be a tool that you can use to make more money. The first investor in your first business, rather than pestering family and friends, it might be a 0% interest credit card. So this is why it's so important to look after your credit, because again, if you don't look after your credit, you now cut off a tool to help you make more money. And this is why you got to protect your credit and look after your credit, so that when you do need to get access to credit, when you do need to leverage, when you do need to build, when you do need to grow, the banks will feel comfortable and confident to give you money. All right. So this is why it's really important. Now, again, with debt, especially coming from a Christian point of view, I see a lot of the time where people think debt is bad. The Bible says, talks about being a debtor, and the negativities about being in debt and so forth. So I totally understand where people get from debt. But again, it's the society that we're living in and how we can use debt for our own good. Okay. A lot of people are getting into debt buying stuff that they don't need. You're getting into debt buying cars that you don't need. You're getting into debt or going on holidays. You're using debt to buy clothes and so forth. Your credit card just becomes a way for you to say yes, even when your finances really should be saying no. When you financially can't afford something, you're using credit or debt to go and buy stuff. That is not how it's supposed to be used. And so that is a you problem. That's not a debt problem. That's a you problem. And you need to know when you are ready to actually give yourself access to debt and when you're not. And so the first port of call is, can you manage your own money? I always tell people, before you think about getting a credit card, can you manage your debit card? Can you manage looking after your own money? If you keep going into your overdraft on your debit card, then you're not ready for a credit card. If you're unable to save on your debit card on the money that you get from your own income, then adding a credit card is only going to put you in a worse situation. So that's where bad debt can really play a part. So it's really important to make sure that you have control of your finances first before you start to add debt into the equation. All right, that's really, really important. Now, again, I've seen it in regards to culture. There can be a culture where debt is bad, debt is evil, debt is of the devil. And so because of that, you want to buy a house cash. I've met Christians tell me, oh yeah, I'm going to buy my house cash. And I get it. I get the concept that, you're trusting in God to give you the money to be able to buy the house yourself. But the reality is that by the time you save up that money to buy that house yourself, the house won't even be worth that value. Let's say you want to buy a house at 200K. And let's say you're a really good saver and you can save 20K a year. In 10 years time, do you think that house is still going to be worth the same amount? No, it's going to be worth more. So what does that mean for you? That means that all the growth that's happened over that time, let's say that 200K house now in 10 years time is now worth 300K. So now you're 100K short. But if you would have bought the house, you'd have 100K worth of equity in the house. Yeah, you'd have that. All that growth would be your money. That would be for you. And that's why, for me, I get why a lot of people have a negative connotation towards debt. Debt, it can be a terrible place. I've been there before. I've been, lost my job and then ended up having to, use credit cards and be in debt, and it took a long time before I got back into work. I know what it's like to be in debt. I know what it's like. It's not a nice place. So what's really important to understand is that if we're going to build and grow, debt is a way to leverage so that you can build your dream. Debt is a way to grow. Debt is a way to take advantage of opportunities. Yeah. But if you haven't got good credit, you're not going to get access to debt. So therefore you have to live off your own money. And if you live off your own money, you're going to move at a much slower pace, and you're going to miss opportunities to grow that other people would have because they can get access to debt very quickly. All right. Finance is something that is very important. And so being able to get access to finance means that you're able to move faster than people that don't have access to finance. Yeah. So don't cut your nose to spite your face. Do you know what I mean? It's so important that you understand the importance of debt and how you can move forward with it. Yeah. So I want you to be wise with debt. I want you to see debt. For me, I use debt for two things. It's either making me money or saving me money. I'm either using it to invest in my business, I'm using it to invest to grow, I'm using it to build. So it's making me money, or it's saving me money. I'm using it, if I want to go on holiday, I might use a 0% credit card to pay for the holiday now, even though I might not be going for another 12, 18 months, because if I buy it now, it's much cheaper. But I don't want to mess with my cash flow now. So I can put it on a credit card, interest-free credit card, and pay that off over time, yeah, from my cash flow. So make me money or save me money. That's really important when it comes to debt. Don't be using debt to buy things that go down in value. Don't use debt to buy liabilities. Use debt to invest in assets. I hope that makes sense. Let me know your thoughts. Are you someone that likes debt? Do you avoid debt? Are you going to be using debt more? Are you looking after your credit report? Are you going to improve your credit score to make sure that you can leverage debt? Let me know. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for everyone that has subscribed. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for just helping me grow and building. I'm trying to give you as much value as possible, so I appreciate all your support, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.